What's up, everybody? Thank you again, Naive Club, making the fire memes, man. I don't know where this guy is. I don't know if it's Twitter or YouTube or what. I keep finding him on Reddit. Keep using his memes. They're amazing. Love to shake his hand. I don't know what happened there in the start. Something a little weird. Who knows? We're out of practice. Been a few days. Took a little personal time during the downtime. But today, we have the weekly close coming here. Bitcoin, it doesn't really look like that substantial of a close. However, we have some other stuff moving. Crowd favorite Shiba Inu hitting new all-time highs. I don't know about you guys. Are you getting kind of a January vibe? January 2020, we had Doge rallying to new all-time highs. Bitcoin following suit. I'm getting a little bit of a little vibe from the Q1s of this year. Hopefully you guys are too. Before we start real quick, don't forget to smash that like button, guys. We are within 10 subscribers to 40,000 subscribers. It's come a long way this year, and that's all thanks to you. You guys rock. We're going to hit 50K by the end of the year. Someone asked me, are you going to hit 50K or will Bitcoin hit, or 100K, or will Bitcoin hit 100K first? I said probably Bitcoin. I think that bet's good to go. We're going to jump into the charts. We're going to look at some metrics. We're going to take a look at SHIB. What do we got? We have a delay on the stream. I don't know what's up with that. Luckily, I wasn't picking my nose or did anything weird. Giggity. All right, pull this on down. So let's jump into it. Good to have everybody back. We have a very simple poll going. Please vote in it. Please smash them likes, subscribes. Let's take a look at the corn first. We're going to do a little look at it. Just touch up on the weekly close, and we'll look at SHIB and look at other stuff. So Bitcoin hovering about 60,500. Pretty insubstantial close here. We do have a higher high in our weekly. Excellent. Our weekly Ichimoku cloud tipped us off. Still looking fresh. Really, any close here, without a crazy selling event into the end of this week in the next 4 hours, it's not really of significance. We have a higher high, we have a higher low. This candle may close green. We've seen that in Bitcoin uptrend, or red. We've seen that in Bitcoin uptrends, these red dojis followed by green candles. Something crazy would have to happen to make this close not what it already is. Higher high, meh, little red, not a big deal. Man, I think we'd have to see just like 55K, something that's not very probable into the close here, to really have any shift in sentiment. I wanted to look at our indicators that we've been kind of briefly looking at. Fear and greed, hoping for a reset here. Didn't really see it. We're still hovering in greed. We have an update, guys, just so you know. Fear and greed, I might do a video on it. It's a cool thing to look at. Not really what you think it is. But we were looking for more of a reset, a little bit of that greed to quell off here, and we didn't really get it. We see that last week into this week, hovering in the 70s. My rule of thumb is 30 to like 70 is pretty irrelevant. When it gets up to like 90, it's worth looking at. When it's down under like 20, it's worth looking at. And in between is pretty neutral. Metrics on chain, not too much of note. Something that I do fancy here is we do continue to see the same trend. Bitcoin leaving traded exchanges. Never a bad sign. There's a little just on-chain overview. This weekly itself, not so... I mean, the higher high is great, but like just not so much significance here, closing around 60K. I'd like 60 to hold. But as I said, not really in danger here. We see multiple weekly closes back in April, March, whatever, in this area. And so we can kind of view this as a test of what was resistance as support, if we're being optimistic. It's going to be pretty hard to be pessimistic on this close. We might not get an immediate huge green candle next week, though it is the last week in October. And you guys know I love when this happens. The weekly is going to close and the month is going to close at the same time. When this happens, and it does not happen every month, we typically get a pretty spicy first day of trading in the month. So September looking interesting as the week and the month are going to roll over. I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll talk about Shiba. We give the viewers what they want. Shiba finally hitting our final target, the all-time high, 4,000 millionths of a cent. I don't know. I'm just going to refer to it in the thousands. 4,000. hitting that level today, pushing up a new all-time high. We've seen sellers come in. But this close is going to be more important to Shiba than Bitcoin's close today will be to Bitcoin. Closing above its all-time high is going to be a nice sign of strength. We're going to be looking for our measured moves to the upside, 4,700. As you can see, we've been waiting on this for a while. We may see, if we look at a more macro picture here.
Yo, Tom, take your time, but can you check out Crow on the 4 hours, looking like a nice ascending triangle. Can't break that 0.195 resistance, but continues making higher lows.
Yeah, brother, you know I'll look at anything for you. I'll pull Crow up. We'll get there. Yeah, October, November, you're right. I don't even know what month I said. I might be going back in time. In November. Everything I said is about November. We zoom out of Shiba and we look at more of a macro picture. This is on FTX. I'm not sure if this is the longest running history, but it's the longest one I found. A more macro picture might be aiming up in the 6,000s, 6,500 for the 1618. And I believe our two, though I've since deleted, it looks like, our fib. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. Right around there. 8,500 for our measured move. These would be great profit-taking targets. We've seen the Fibonacci tool used in this way many, many times. And many, many times has shown us excellent taking profit targets. It doesn't mean you need to dump all out. Just as we said on the way up here with Shiba, it's not a jump in, jump out thing. Trading in general in crypto, I think it's done best slowly and in pieces. And those 6,000-ish, 6,600, 8,500, probably good spots to lock in a little bit of profit if you haven't. We'll take a look at our weekly close for the SHIB. Pretty nice, pretty nice. As I said, this weekly close is going to be more interesting to me, honestly, than Bitcoin's, as Bitcoin kind of just backtesting that weekly resistance. Shiba looking to close the highest weekly candle on FTX, looking to close possibly above its all-time high. I think that would be the more ideal scenario to get that close on the weekly. We're fighting with it into these last few hours of the week. We can see it's just under 4,000 on FTX. And now, it's literally, I was talking, we put this on like the 5-minute. Just a second ago, it was above its all-time high. Now it's back below its previous all-time high. This is pretty typical of crypto charts. When they do break to new highs, we see kind of an indecision, messing around. I'll say messing around candle afterwards, or into the close, above the high, below the high, will it, won't it kind of thing. I think a close above definitely going to be a better signal. However, a close below, granted, same as Bitcoin without some exception of extreme volatility out of nowhere, this is looking for a pretty solid close. On the monthly, this is just going to be a giant green candle with a tiny wick. There we go. That's not a bad chart. So we have up in the YouTube chat live a poll. Is SHIB bearish or bullish? Kind of a silly question when you're looking at this candle, but please go ahead and answer it. Let me know how you're feeling. Would not surprise me to see those extended targets hit as this bull market continues. Would not. SHIB traded sideways, let's see, for about 140 days before making this rally. And this is crypto. Welcome to crypto. If you've never been in crypto, welcome to crypto. A lot of boring with some very exciting explosions in between, and then typically back to boring. I think I can be confident enough here to say, close below the all-time high, you may be in store for some more of that boring, some more of that consolidation. Close above, and we may get kind of more of a spicy week ahead here for SHIB. I think it's going to come down maybe even to the last minute here on the weekly close. I'm going to put an alert. May come into the last minute. We may see it very close to this 4,000 range. That would actually be very likely or probable in my opinion. If you're looking to invest in Shiba, same thing as everything, guys. Wait for pullbacks, look for support. Jumping in at the top of a green candle typically does not go well. So where might we look for support? We saw at the beginning of October, our resistance on the daily was tested at just about 3,500. Today has traded up above, and now we may look for a back test there of support. If it holds, our measured moves become very probable. That would be a much more favorable entry, in my opinion, than jumping in right at 4,000 now here. It's maybe a 15% discount. 12.8, 13%. Every percent matters. Percents matter. So careful there. As this goes, say we do see a good close here, we continue to see Shiba rise throughout the week next week. There's going to be a lot of people jumping in on the top of green candles, and I urge you, beg you, not to be one of them. Don't be one of them. Don't be top buyers. Pullbacks always come. They always come, and when they don't come, that means, well, you don't want to be in the asset because something bad is on the way. I'm going to say this is actually a pretty healthy move here. We saw that long consolidation period building up a base of support, a move to resistance, consolidation on support, and now a move to all-time highs. A little consolidation here and a move up again would fit what we expect of a crypto chart pretty well. Pretty well. If we get a close above the all-time high, we may see a quicker move to the upside before a back test and consolidation above the high. Again, that would be pretty expected. My eyes will be set at that 34.4 range. I'm even going to put an alert because that will likely be the better entry than right here, flirting with the weekly close and the all-time high close. So let's go back to actually. I want to look at our indicators because I haven't. Bullish divergence played out on the daily. MACD momentum's up, but this is just one candle on the daily. I don't trust single candles on MACD. We need to close that, see some of that follow through on the daily. Market cipher actually looking solid here for Shiba. Putting in a higher high locally for money flow. VWAP is up. By the way, market cipher link is in the live chat pinned to the top with, we have a promo code for a discount there on market cipher for anyone looking to use it. Promo code is just CROWN. Use that link, use the promo code. Get 15% off. It's a shilling kind of day. Weekly we don't have enough data for, and we won't certainly for the monthly. We will zoom in kind of like lower time frames. This has been pretty spicy. We had about a 24-hour period of Shiba climbing. In this 4-hour candle with one more left in the week, we saw a pretty savage selling event. This is why we don't buy the top of green candles. This is why we wait for price to move to us. Be picky. Be picky with trading. Don't move to price, let the price move to you. And that's true of all assets. And this is a great example of why. I'm sure many people jumped in as soon as it broke the all-time high, only to see that spooky 4-hour candle. Not gonna lie, there's some buying pressure there. There's a solid wick under that candle, and that was pretty significant that was very significant. From its high in this 4-hour, it has moved back 25% to the downside and back up to the Alta. Here we go, flirting again at that 4,000 level. This is the very will it, won't it, stressful kind of situation to be in. I will say for the Shiba lovers out there, this wick looking pretty good. That's a pretty solid back test of that local 4-hour high we saw on the 7th. To find buyers there, that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to find buyers. You want to establish a floor price. And what actually is kind of interesting here, catching my eye as I say it, bars pattern, one of our favorite tools. Interesting. That's looking pretty similar already. That might fit what we know, what we expect here to play out quicker. A move to the upside, as we saw before, a pretty violent pullback, consolidation into a symmetrical triangle, and broke to the upside. Maybe we already have that painting out here. These look pretty similar to me. Time will tell. Well, the 4. Things are still looking decent. Things are still looking decent on our lower time frames. You are under threat of bearish divergence as your RSI has not reached as high as it did earlier in October. With a good close here and a green candle into the close on the weekly, that might be invalidated. So this is an interesting chart to say the least. Whenever anything really breaks the all-time high that had its previous all-time high with a large market cap, it's at least worth looking at, right? Let's look at the corn. The corn's still looking good. I'm assuming people maybe a little spooked out here. Nobody wants to see a solid weekly close as we got last week, followed by what is a gravestone doji. it's not satisfying. I think that is really the underlying thing going on here. We talked about this the last few times we streamed. Not getting that satisfaction. Even as we reapproach the all-time high, I didn't really get any euphoria. And I said, that's likely a good sign that we're going to break the all-time high. As I felt some euphoria back here as we passed 48K again. I felt pretty good. Didn't really feel anything here. This candle, if anything on the weekly, closing in its condition, I think that's another jab. That's another takeaway of that good vibes, of those good feelings. The market loves to do that. If you've noticed, your feelings and your emotions typically are not the right choice. When you're feeling really good, you're feeling super euphoric about something, it's usually right before it dumps. Same is true with fear. And so I see this candle as kind of building a little fear. We had an all-time high break, people got confident, and now we're seeing selling, that confidence being shaken out. Similar to what we saw back here. This is when I was starting to feel pretty fancy, and you can see what happened. Didn't feel fancy here, we got a higher high. This very much so could be a market shakeout. I will say one thing with certainty, this would be unheard of. This would be unheard of in Bitcoin. Let's make this better to see. There we go. This would be unheard of to end a rally. To have a high, 6 months later, break that high by, what, 5%? Not even. I can't even do it. 3%. And then for the rally to end, it wouldn't fit anything we've seen in history. So anyone saying, well, top's in. People were saying 64K would never break. It broke. People said 20K would never break. It broke. It's all a time game. It's all a game of waiting. Waiting with some spice in between. We'll say if we close here with this weekly, kind of unimpressive, that the end of October could still get good. Nah, I won't say that. I won't say that. Take it back. Let's look at our indicators. Our 20 and 50 moving average on the weekly, still looking beautiful. Love to see it. Love to see that. You can see by these moving averages alone that there's so much room here. That's what I was saying. This close really unlikely to be threatening in any way. We have so much room. The 20 weekly is at 44.5K. We're at 60K. We have a ton of safety here. It would be unlike Bitcoin to go back, test this 20 again before moving significantly higher. That would be unlike Bitcoin. Not impossible, but we have a huge area, a huge zone, a huge price. I don't know what you want to call it. We have a lot of wiggle room. Before 58.8 is lost, is too early to panic. 58.8 was our monthly resistance, our quarterly resistance. We broke it. It's October. We're coming into the last month. We're looking to close above it. As long as price is over 58.8, I just have nothing of concern. Period. End of sentence. Let's check out our month. As we can see, that monthly level at 58.8, we're still here. 7 days, 5 hours to go. About to start up the last weekly candle, and things are looking pretty decent. A week is plenty of enough time to go below 58.8. We're back above our all-time high, or new all-time high. I have to remember what this is. 66,999. Isn't that weird? Previous all-time high, 64899. Now 66999. And it just feels crafted, doesn't it? With the 0 cents is what does it for me. It just feels something synthetic about it. Doesn't feel right. It's too perfect. Our monthly, fine here. MACD is showing us that. MACD is saying you might be worried, but you probably shouldn't. We have increasing momentum on a monthly time frame. This has not happened since April. Closing this monthly, honestly, anywhere with increasing momentum on the monthly, I'm gonna be feeling pretty good. Our RSI is telling us we have plenty of room, plenty of fuel still left here. Man, RSI on the monthly is only 71. At the peak of 2017, we had a monthly RSI of 96. 96. In this rally, that's what we're going to look to break. We may never have a higher RSI in the monthly. But that's going to be our goal. That's what we're going to be looking for. And at very, very least, we're going to be looking for some kind of trend here. You can see a slightly lower RSI high. months out, 2 months out, placing us still in the 90s. That would be pretty typical for the corn. Let's take a look at this daily. Not what we love to see, right? We don't love V-shaped tops the same way we do love V-shaped bottoms. Giggity. Giggity goo. Our 20 daily is now, as we were speculating, right at the 58.8 level. 20 daily is setting our trend. The 50 daily really maybe our final decision on that. So we can see the 50 hovering around that 51,800 level, moving up, potentially strengthening the support there, as the 20 is suggesting here at 58.8. We haven't even touched it. Never actually touched 58.8, which is pretty wild. We moved up. We had a spooky pullback candle that came within, man, it looks like 0.1% maybe. Less than a fraction of a percent. The only thing I don't like about the structure is this V-shaped top. That's it. V-shape's not my favorite to see on the tops. I do like to see them on the bottoms. They can be strong reversal signals. But here's something I think we need to look at. So let's get rid of our moving averages. I do love where that 20 is. That's what you want to see. But there's something here that I think is worth looking at as well. This price action. We had arguably that V-shaped top, but it did not lead to lower lows. Really what it was is a shakeout, probably targeting leveraged positions, closing longs, opening shorts, before moving higher. That may be exactly what we see here. In fact, that might even be smart to look at. Let's see what this would look like. Something like that. That would spook everybody. Something tells me this isn't going to happen. That'd be spooky, wouldn't it? Actually, no, that would be really, really solid. 85K back to 67? Yeah, I could see that. How's that line up with our fib? Now it's getting spooky. The 2618's right there. Might be looking at the future. Maybe looking at the future of the chart. Who knows? Luckily, that would suggest we aren't likely to see much lower. This price action is really what I'm feeling when I look at what's happening today. That V-shaped top, lower lows, closing longs, really taking the weight off of the market in preparation to move higher. Something tells me it's not going to play out like this, but I like it.
XRPETH, please.
I like it. What's up, Feel the House? How you doing, brother? XRPETH? I can't say I've ever looked at that. We do have to look at Crow for Mr. Satageki, but I can pull this up. And you know what? We'll wrap this up. We're not going to have much. Not going to have much to say on this weekly close. It's unlikely to be super eventful. Who knows? It's just not a big one. I think next week is going to be explosive. Explosive next week. Last week of the month. Closing it up. Opening a new week and a new monthly at the same time. That has potential for spiciness. So we will look at this chart, but first we're going to look at Crow. Let's look at Crow for Mr. Higeki. Take your time. Crow on the 4-hour. Nice ascending triangle. Can't break that. 195 resistance, but continues to make higher lows. So I think first things first, let's take a peek at Crow. We'll get to that 4-hour here. Following really the path we project. Continues to make this huge macro pattern. If we zoom out, let's get rid of everything. Huge macro pattern. We have a flat top with higher lows. This is a spicy chart. I don't know how long it's going to take for this to play out, but I think it's going to. This 1, 2, 3, maybe looking for a fourth test to this flat top area in the 25-cent zone. That's what you want to see. And for this to have painted, what is this, like a year and a half, almost 2 years, a year and a half of painting this, that could have a very explosive ending. I'm looking forward to whatever Crow does at the end of this. Should be wildly interesting. 4 weeks. I need to even get rid of that. 4 weeks is not a real time period. No new monthly high here on Crow. That is a little sad. That's a little sad. No test of the monthly resistance as it did last month, but it is looking in better condition. Go to that week. Here we go. This is where that pattern really jumps out at you. Looking at the weekly, I encourage everybody, start your TA day with a zoom out. It's a great way to stay grounded. Great way to remind yourself of what's going on in the chart before you zoom in. Weekly, not a lot there either. Not a lot there either. Kind of thought there would be more. Momentum waning off on the weekly. Money flow, though, still curving back up. RSI looking very similar to the chart, so no real divergence. That's all right. Let's get into that 4 hour. So you're looking for an ascending triangle. Unless you're talking about zoomed out, I mean, I guess here, maybe this could be what you're looking at. What I do like there is this really looks like what we just saw on the weekly, but zoomed in. So potential fractal price action going on here. What I like is that buyers are keeping the price up. They're testing 20 cents. You said 19.5. That's right. They're testing that level over and over and over again. Demand is pushing the market up to that resistance. Each time it's weakening it. Each time the probability of breaking to the upside is greater. And luckily, we have our lows coming up. We can see that here. Our lows are pretty consistently coming up with our highs remaining static. This is, I wouldn't call this an ascending triangle. I would call this a flat top triangle. Ascending, typically, well, we would have higher highs, yeah. But that's even better. It's even better. We want to see this. We saw Ethereum do this over and over and over again, and each time it led us in the right direction. Keep that top flat, keep those lows up, and you're looking for a move to the upside through resistance. Okay, we're consolidating right above what was the previous golden pocket. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. We even have, I didn't notice this actually until right now on the 4 hour. You can see a head and shoulders pattern that's validated. Validated? With that back touch? This is just a very fractally chart, to be honest. Overall, it seems to be the same patterns repeating. I dig it. I dig it. See that play out here again is excellent. And for the 4. Didn't manage to swing as high on your momentum here on the 4 as you did previously. But you touch the same thing in price. 4 hour. I hate the 4 hour. The 4 hour is such a weird time frame. I swear it's the most manipulated time frame in crypto. The 2 hour looks more like it wants more upside than the 4 in my opinion. On the 2, we see momentum as locally improved and potentially momentum to the downside has waned. We haven't seen that yet. Something tells me at the close of today it will look, or it will show us a little bit more than we have right now. We're going to need a new crow chart at some point, aren't we? This is going to get really busy. Get rid of this. Get rid of some of this. Probably too old. Let's keep the 15. We don't need the 14. And all right, so we're looking at that 19.5. Well, what I do love about this is our measured move from right here is looking at a test of that all-time high. That's what I like. Our 2 extension pointing right to the all-time high. That's what we want. We saw this with Bitcoin before it broke the all-time high. And so now we have it with Crow. We even see our 1618 very similar to its previous tops. I think the probability of moving at least to the 1618 is greater than breaking to a new low. And there can be a trade there. Honestly, even just using these lows locally, you could probably make a trade. Not financial advice. The the Crow chart, though, I have been a fan of. I have like just a tiny bit of Crow so I could have that cool card. But I've been a fan of this chart for a while. I love this macro. Love this macro. Keep testing that high. Keep weakening it. And eventually, you can get something very silly. I mean, you take your highest point. I guess that's picking it. We'll put it here. Your measured moves get very big very fast. To see Crow traded at $1.25 in this cycle, I think it's pretty reasonable. I think that's pretty reasonable. 58 cents. Maybe a granted. Will it outpace Bitcoin? The BTC chart, Crow BTC chart is a better look. Oh, it stopped us out. That's lame. Sniped.
Hi Tom, hope all is well. If you get a moment, could you please peep the $DAG and $QNT charts? TYVM.
What's up, Mr. DS? Thanks for the €5, my friend. DAG and Quint. Yeah, we could do those. Do I have either? I think I have DAG. Net? Yep. I'm going to pull these up to remind me. I know I have QNT. Pull them up to remind me, but we have to look at XRP. Man, that's some gibberish. RippleETH pair for Mr. Field the House. We're going to look at that first. Our in-stream trade got stopped out on Crow. That sucks. That wick sniped us 282. We were looking for a local low to hold at 300. I'm still a fan of this. I'm still a fan of this Crow BTC chart, even though it stopped me out. Screw you. But consolidating, the only problem really is that consolidation is below what was support. I've been a fan of this. I've been waiting literally, I know Steve out there has as well, since February for this to make a move to the upside. Just hasn't yet. Hasn't really made any progress, but like, hasn't made any progress to the downside either. Something tells me it's gonna do. It's gonna look for that 500 again. It's gonna look for 1,000 again. I just don't know when. Don't know when it'll do it. So that will show us if it outpaces Bitcoin or not. It could be right here, 300 sats and trading at 50 cents with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin moves up, doubles, moves to the 6-figure range, that would be pretty reasonable actually. I don't think I've ever looked at RippleETH, and I'm always up for a challenge. First thing that stands out is, one, we got a lot of chart history, so that's awesome. 2, we have a 20 monthly moving average that has acted as resistance 1, 2, 3, technically 4 times. That's going to be our big hurdle. And what stands out to me on that is where it's located right now. Right there. Right here at our local monthly close high, 5765. That's going to be a tough one to break, but if you do, I think you all of a sudden see a lot less selling pressure on this pair. Boom. That 20 overlapping, it's too good. Too good. Monthly support here. So here's kind of the issue. It is right here at 3,000. We're currently trading below it. We have a week to go. Really want to see this as it has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. It has traded below this level before closing higher. Definitely going to want to see that. A close below 3,000 on the monthly is going to have an ugly look to it, though it is a higher low above 2,500. So still wouldn't be awful, but I would not be super bullish on this chart unless the monthly can close above 2928. 2928. Let's look at that weekly. And 20 weekly, smashing it down. Smashing that price down. Market safe, or could look better? Could look better. Not quite giving me the bullishness I was hoping for. Momentum, buying momentum, waning off for a few weeks here. Looking to move into selling momentum territory. Though our RSI lows have come up, our highs have moved down. That's a sign of consolidation. Not a huge fan of it being under 50 RSI in general. This is a weird chart. It's that part of the episode where I start calling charts weird. This is a weird chart. This does not look like anything else really that we've looked at recently. 20 weekly, 3,100 right at that same level. A lot of things lining up there. Ichimoku Cloud maybe suggesting a move back to that 7,200 level. We see a very fat, flat cloud forming. 7,350. We don't have signs of it. We don't have any signs that it's happening yet, so it's not a good bet, especially below the weekly TK. The trend is down, unarguably, but trends tend to be down before they reverse, so we do have a nice support level, 2,000 on the weekly. Let's go to that day. Not pretty. This is not a pretty chart. Money flow is increasing. Money flow leaving, showing us that money is actually leaving the market. faster than it was. Price isn't reflecting. That's kind of the only upside I can see. RSI is nice and low despite not putting in a new low in price. So maybe this is a pair to watch into this monthly close. This could be a pair to watch. We see potential for divergence. We don't have the signs yet. But we have a pretty low RSI without any new lows breaking in price. So that could be a good sign. VWAP looking to roll over. Okay. Things are getting a little better as we zoom in. Yeah, we have a waning selling momentum candle. So far, we've only seen selling momentum across our time frames. So that is not bad. Not a bad thing. If we can hold this low with an immediate... let's even just use the previous low. If we can hold this low, it would suggest we're looking for a return trip to 3,400. Back up to that golden pocket. We'd have to see on lower time frames some kind of sign of that first. We don't have it. But it looks pretty good. Let's see. Maybe our 4 hour? No, screw the 4. We're going to the 2. There we go. This just every time frame. Money flow is red. I'll tell you this. It's on sale. This pair is on sale. This has been sold very heavily. Very heavily for a rather long time. Man, there's like no macro highs or lows. I mean, September 7th maybe showed us bears were winning a little bit. Just seems to be consolidating. Would not be crazy to me. I'm not going to trade this, but it wouldn't be crazy to me to look maybe for an entry, maybe a split entry. Not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Split entry. I would definitely approach something like this in layers. I would not look to jump in all at once. Now, 2,500, July, August. I think it's August's low. Might be where I'd begin the layer. And then down at 2,000, I would like to have a safety order with a larger amount, looking to bring my average down if price does kind of fall out the bottom. There's no chart history after this, so we don't have any kind of support potential. We'd simply have price exploration to the downside. So it gets sketchy under 2,000. But a layered strategy approach, I think you could see some yield. I think you see some yield. Good luck. XRPETH. I guess it's traded on Binance. I don't use Binance anymore. They kicked everybody off. Let me read the chat here for a minute. What's up, Ben Ashdown? Subscribed, helping us get to 40K. Actually, I'm going to look at that too. What are we at? We were within 10 subscribers, I think, at the start of this episode to 40,000. Did we hit it yet? What's going on? We put Shiba in the title and we looked at Shiba. Where is the crowd? 39,994 subscribers. So we're 6 away. If we don't get 6 through this episode, I quit. I quit everything. Quit life. We will. I have faith. Let's see. I'm surprised. I guess there's really not a lot going on outside of Shiba right now. So I could see our crowd maybe not so hyped. There we go. 4 hour close. That's a decent close to that 4 hour, at least for how bearish it looked. But I can see our crowd not being so hyped. We're not number one Shiba crew, but yeah, we're a chart crew, so we look at it. If you want to help, this stream right now gain some traction, there's the link to the tweet. If you have a Twitter, go ahead and retweet that, like it, whatnot. Help to bring people in. Smashing the like button and subscribing. Also, big helps in YouTube discovery. The more likes we get, the more people who subscribe while we're live, the more eyes YouTube will show this to. So go ahead, help us out. I appreciate you all doing that day in and day out. I know I did, Catalan. I know I did. We're chart people, man. Like, a chart's a chart. I've charted even S-tier S coins in my day. Doesn't mean I want to invest in them. But if that's what people want to see, we can look at them. It's just a chart. It's all good. And what about DAG? Ooh, DAG. Here's a trade that didn't get stopped. DAG USDT. Our in-stream trade's still active, still live. We looked for a 5-to-1 risk to reward entering at 20 cents. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks really good. 14.3 is our stop and 41.8 as our TP for 120%. Something tells me that might play out. Something tells me that might play out. Still looking good. Momentum on the daily up. Money flow down. A little confliction there. Buying momentum increasing, yet money leaving the pair. Or selling being predominant. Interesting setup. RSI really the exact same as price. We're not going to get anything on that. Above the 20 with the 50 and 100 crossing bearishly at 24.8 cents. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's good to see it above the 20. That bear cross above us, not the most ideal. It does look prime to be tested there, doesn't it? To me, it looks prime. 24.85 cents. We need to zoom out. Weekly looks decent. This is what we're seeing across the market. We're seeing this across the market pretty consistently. Is weekly, we're seeing selling momentum increasing, growing. We haven't seen that slowing down yet, but I have a feeling they'll all do it at the same time. All these charts that are showing selling predominance or whatnot, looking to reverse at the same time, that would be my guess. And it will be glorious. There's your saving grace. You've back tested what was resistance. You held it at least for now, and you're above the 20 weeklies. So what we can say with confidence, under 18. Maybe we'll even take last week's low under 16. We might look to move our stop loss up on this trade. We don't want to see this weekly 20 moving average loss. That will highly suggest we aren't in the trend. Ooh, unfortunately, Ichimoku Cloud's being a butt, showing strong resistance at that 24.5. What a miserable thing to try to make a decision on now. Lower low, but now you're getting back to where you started at 24 cents this month. I don't mind this chart. I don't mind it. Lows are coming up. I would call this flat topped with your lows coming up. It just looks like a reversal pattern. 16 cents. DAG. Alts are just so hard to look at right now. If they're not flying up at this moment, like SHIB did, odds are they're just all consolidating. Bitcoin consolidating. Altcoins consolidating. Everything's waiting on the corn again. We didn't really push up high enough. Maybe we should pull a BTCD. I think we really pushed past that all-time high hard enough to expect a super punishment of alts. And let's see dominance. Trended back down. Womp. Boring. But on the weekly, less boring. Dominance back testing the 20 weekly moving average. An excellent place to hold here on dominance into this weekly close. I think it'll happen. You hold that 20 and you're looking for that upside, and that could suggest pain for your favorite alt. And that's why I have been cautioning people about taking new alt entries on longs here. This is looking for upsides, looking for a bounce, dead cat bounce. This was. It just doesn't feel like enough. The same way when Bitcoin hit, I don't know, 40K or something off of 30, people are saying, is that dead cat bounce? I said, it's just not enough. It's not convincing. What would be convincing here is a move up, 52 even, something higher high on a macro time frame to then reverse, catch people on the wrong side of the trade. We see this happened back here in our previous run, and we're looking for it again. Rejections from the 20, retaking the 20, losing it again, falling lower. Looks on course. Has the corn moved in this episode? And the answer is no. No, it has not. No, it has not. We will zoom in.
Lieutenant Colonel D, Litecoin Dominance on the weekly and monthly timescale.
LTCD. You take a look at that. Absolutely. I've never looked at it. Honestly, I think I've only ever looked at Bitcoin dominance. I don't think I've ever really looked. Maybe I wasn't even aware of these other coins having a dominance chart. Yeah. Oops. There we go. 55. No. Don't see much. All right, let's look at this LTCD. I've never looked at it. I hate the tickers for these. Like LTC period D. It's not crypto though. It's just like, even though it is. There we go. This could be a very interesting chart. Wow. I like that chart. Honestly, it's very similar to LTC BTC in structure. I like that. I like the slow descent, the painful bleeding. This is why people hate Litecoin so bad right now. People only like things when they go up. I like the slow bleed. I like this trailing off. These patterns we see predictably eventually break to the upside. On the monthly here, do we have enough data? Cool, we do. We see that this has really maybe never been bullish. May might have had a positive momentum candle. Nope, didn't. What we do see is that momentum waning off now on, and this is months. This is a long haul. We do see that waning off again with a higher low. This time, it may look to enter that positive territory. Ooh, VWAP likes it. VWAP likes it. Momentum's looking to pinch. Maybe I'm biased. RSI kind of just following the trend down. That's fine. When this does break, I don't know. Can I imagine Litecoin being like 1-2% of the market again? Maybe. The market's expanded. The offering's expanded. So pretty much any dominance chart, no matter what it is just going to be a bearish chart. As we add more assets to the space, there's just more places for money to go. So the odds of things returning or becoming larger in dominance than they were previously is a hard challenge. Is a hard challenge for sure. But our 0.5 sitting at 1.3% of the market, 1.66% of the market. Not impossible.
Please look at ZIL, THET, or THETA.
Or THETA. I don't think we've looked at ZIL or THETA in a while. We'll check them out. I love charts that have monthly time frames so you can actually look at. Let's get rid of these. What are our indicators saying? That's sketchy at best. Similar to the LTC BTC pair, you have your RSI lows coming up on the weekly and your price lows coming down. That is weekly bullish divergence. I think the hard argument though is like, yeah, bullish divergence on the weekly since May of 2020. That's a long time. When's it going to play out? That's the problem. You never know. But probability tells us that it will. Tells us that it will. If we wait. I can see this. I think it's like 1.6%. The 20 weekly is just battering price down though. Even this week. Reached up there. Wicked. Pushed back down. This low. December 2017. This looks like a calculation error. I don't even know if you guys can see it. It's just one candle. When did this happen? So did the market expand? Because that was right near the peak of the bull run. previously. So did the market expand really quickly, or did Litecoin have like a crazy wick? Probably Litecoin had a crazy wick. Well, I like this chart. Thank you for reminding me, or informing me it exists. I like looking at it. Don't see the reversal yet. The weekly definitely has unarguable bullish divergence. I mean, you see that on the daily even too. But dang, it'd be hard to call a bottom on this. Dominance is something that really can be divisible into infinity. You can just keep dividing. You could just keep adding a 0 to dominance, and as the market cap or total market cap expands, it's reasonable to assume that things will trend down. Yeah. That's a spicy chart. What are your thoughts, man? I'm curious to hear your thoughts, because this is the first time I've ever seen this. What really like just draws my eye is that golden pocket, and then that the 50 monthly moving average spawned in August. Price does tend to seek those out. When you see these big moving averages just appear out of nowhere, basically meaning right here was the 50th month of Litecoin. When you see them appear out of nowhere, price does tend to go touch them. Doesn't always break through them, but being close to the golden pocket, being close to our golden pocket and our 0.5 retrace, I've seen crazier things. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm going to pull up THETA and I'm going to pull up ZIL, and I'm going to see which one looks like it's more interesting, because a lot of these charts right now are just consolidating and are not very interesting. Let's throw these on like the week so you can get an idea. THETA BTC at the golden pocket. That could be spicy. THETA USD. All right, I think THETA wins. I don't even know if I need to look at ZIL. Maybe we will anyway, but yeah, boy. All right, so there's a combination. Our in-stream trade never got filled, womp. But you can see we got the right idea here. $4.45 we're looking for an entry. Didn't quite get it. This is actually a really good chart. Cheers to you, John. Cheers, brother. Good chart. Interesting. I was surprised, I will say, at how big THETA got in the rally at the beginning of this year. To use the overvalued term is rough, because how do you value things in crypto? THETA.tv is a great platform. Great platform. I have a lot, kind of an AFK stream up there, if you want to go follow along over there. Great platform, but when THETA was valued billions and billions of dollars, it's kind of hard to I don't know, rationalize. I'm seeing it cooled off. Could definitely see it returning to its all-time high in this run, potentially breaking it. Hopefully the chart agrees. Hopefully the chart agrees. Support was held, $5, psychological level, retested resistance, and this is consolidating on the USD pair. But what caught my eye, and the reason I decided to pick this one, is in the BTC pair. So it's value against Bitcoin. We see it's finally returned this week to the golden pocket. We saw a move, a push to the upside during earlier in the year's frenzy, and we saw a retracement of that move to our golden pocket. This happens more often than it doesn't, and what I like about it is not only did it return to it, but now we have a green candle on the weekly. With 3 hours to go, I would love to see it bullish engulf, but that doesn't seem very likely. Doesn't seem very likely. But what we might look for instead is, well, return to the golden pocket, likely to return to its corresponding new golden pocket if this low holds. And what catches my eye is that's right here. Right here at 1940, which I believe is like a monthly level. Maybe not. I need to stop drawing on charts. There we go. That's a little more clear. A bounce from here. If that low holds, which basically means you might be able to create a trade using that as your stop. Who knows? If it holds, a return to our golden pocket in the other direction would be about a 2x against Bitcoin. That's pretty good. So we saw the move up, return to the golden pocket. Now we may be looking for a retracement again. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go smash to new all-time highs. The BTC high may be in on theta for this run, maybe not. But a return to this level looks pretty likely. And that's 2x from where it is right now. A little bit over that from its lowest point this week. Money flow, market cipher on the 1 day, not looking super encouraging though. Neither is it on the weekly. That VWAP is being smashed and held down. Shows on the monthly. Yep. I still have some of my theta. I took some profits, but I still have some. You have weekly bullish divergence lining up here on your RSI and your MACD, and potentially on market cipher. I think that's a pretty good bet. Looking to hold the golden pocket up to that 1940 level. I think that's a pretty good bet. I like it. I like it. We don't see it on our indicators yet. That's okay. So we usually don't. Under the 20. These charts, man, they're driving me nuts. Give us definitive answers, right? We just want free money. Just give us free money. That's all we're asking. It's not too much. At least a daily, a little more. Looking for the upside. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. It's not quite the time to strike. I'm going to put an alert. At 900 sats, that might be attractive. I think the odds of this doubling are greater than the odds of it falling 50%. There you go. That's interesting though. Theta BTC, great chart, man. I would recommend everyone go check this out on their own. Check it on your own. See what conclusions you come to. I like where we've gotten this green candle. I like where it is. I like where last week's candle stopped. Saw it. Pretty extreme selling for 2 weeks. It just stopped right there at the golden pocket. Dipped into it. Rallied up in this week. It's definitely too early to call for that retracement. But it's the making is there. There is a trade. There is a risk to reward that makes sense on this coin. Dollar value likely trade sideways until then. Dig it. Dig it, dig it. Bitcoin hasn't moved. When I was peeking in on our short time frames here, it's kind of what I was seeing. Not a lot. The hourly, actually, the most eye-catching. Now, money flow pretty ugly, momentum pretty ugly. Our VWAP just refuses to move down. It's put in a higher high 1, 2 times in a row, and still trending up as money flow is curling here. We see that it may have reached at least a local apex, started to trend back up, and VWAP is pulling it up, putting pressure on it. Looking to potentially close our second momentum candle to the upside. I think honestly the best way we can look at this is, have we heard the noobs? Are the noobs yelling about a Head and Shoulders? Are they yelling about a Head and Shoulders here yet? If they are, I'm bullish. If they're not, probably going to see more of this bleeding, boring action. Come on, noobs. It's exactly what you would call Head and Shoulders. That isn't actually Head and Shoulders. It'd make me bullish, so. I want to get out of this spike top territory. Let's see what the chat's up to. I haven't read it. You guys keep tipping for stuff. I haven't time to read the chat. Let's see who's here. What's up, real estate? Let me guess. OXT's the next big thing. Oh, OXT. I'll pass. Mitrala AF. What's up, man? Pyramid form. Pyramids. I like the pyramids. That's where the Bitcoiners were going to make our citadel. If you didn't know. Get 420 likes. We got 190 likes. 420 likes is looking maybe out of our grasp today. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. What's up, Brex Herlippy? Scuff Pain. Daniel. How you doing, man? Smash it. I love it, Daniel. I love it. Bring the energy. I don't have any. Arjun. No interest in Cardano NFT games? Final asking. You can ask as many times as you want. This is the first time I read the chat, man. Actually, here's some coolness on that exact topic. Crypto Stash. Had Crypto Stash in the other day. I haven't edited the video yet. I'd probably do that tonight, especially if nothing exciting happens here. But that's all about NFTs. We talk about everything. It's actually a really good chat with him. Love that dude. Recommend you go follow him. I'm no expert on NFTs, but after that chat, I know a little more. We go through the basics, kind of what it is, why it's important, where we see it going, what projects are kind of the big ones, some up and comers, and we talk a good amount about NFTs and gaming. And so that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully I'll be able to release that. We'll see how productive I am tonight. Tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. But it's not that I don't have interest in it. I just haven't done it. I don't know. I didn't know enough. Didn't know enough about it to make a decision. Zil the Zilch, lol. What's up, Dijon? Cam is kind of focused. Yeah, Sesk, I don't know what's up with it, man. The camera, like I had it all set up differently. I had it all set up beautifully. And I haven't touched it. And then today, I agree, it's like a little off. I don't know what's up with that. Something reset, because also what happened is the camera was seeing way farther to the side. Like, I don't know. Way past the green screen. But I didn't touch it, so I don't get it. Ooh, Timper325 subscribed. What's up, dude? What's up, Mank? Are we at 40K yet? Guys, if you subscribe during this live stream, you may be the 40... There it is. Oh, 40,000. There we go. We did it. All right, now everybody unsubscribe so we can do it again. That's right. We did it. We did it. Thank you, guys. You guys rock. 40K. I mean, 40K is great, but 50K, that's a real number. That's pretty cool, though. We have really, really ground through 30,000, man. We hit 30,000, I want to say, like in March. And then it took us all this time to get to 40. But hey, milestone down, 40,000 achieved. Love you guys. Love you guys. There we go. Someone unsubscribed. Perfect. We can relive it. We can relive the excitement of the 40,000 barrier breaking over and over and over. Over and over and over. Sad. Okay. Fib retrace scam wick low to high on LTCD, sure. If it doesn't read it out loud, I don't see it. Low to high, sure. CD. Are we somewhere special? 382. Okay. I don't know. Like, so I don't know if I would use that wick though. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel right. Something, it feels off about it. What I might be more likely to do is maybe this bad boy. Low to high. Actually, if we use this high, I bet it's even closer. Low to high are extended. Measured move. Man, pretty darn close to where it is. I like this better. I mean, you can take this, but I don't like these crazy wicks. I feel like when you see crazy wicks like this, they're just not really reliable data. Maybe we can say, and we can split the difference. Maybe we can say these overlapping is more confident than either by itself. And I'd agree. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, this is also a psychological level, like 0.5, 5, 50%, whatever. Psychological. Not a bad spot. I don't see Litecoin BTC going much lower. I kind of hope it does and get more cheap Litecoin. Wow. That's a good eye, man. That's a good eye. I'll say that either way. Regardless of how I feel about the wick, that's a good eye. That 382 is perfect. It's perfect. And we're on the monthly here. This is no 5-minute. Like, a perfect touch to anything on the monthly is to be looked at. Is to be considered. Props, my friend. Sad, hopefully you're in the Discord, right? And everyone else, shill it. Get in the Discord. You'll get free airdrops of Bitcoin and random crap that I decided to airdrop just by being in there. All you have to do is verify by clicking the emoji, but You should you should shoot me a message, Mr. Higeki, because dude, I like your eye in charts. Not only are you here all the time, but I like your eye in charts. Share them. Share your charts more in the Discord. Ben Hartley said hi like 80 times. What's up, man? Someone timed you out. Sorry, bud. Gray, why? Ready, you're on like a timeout spree, man. What are you doing? Why'd you time out this guy? Gray Fender 90. Hey, bro, it takes 4 trillion to reach 1 penny. I think he needs 10 years to reach it. If you're talking about SHIB, it takes way more than 4 trillion. Well, if we're literal market cap, way more than 4 trillion. Just a quintillion coins. Oh, maybe you're talking about some burn part, or I don't know. Maybe. Snapshot, what's up, man? Bitcoin breaking resistance. Check it out. Crickets. Crackets. I do like this pattern, though. Looking a little bottomy. It's looking a little inverse head and shouldery. Looking a little rounded bottom. It's really nothing yet. But it could be like an Adam and Eve. We don't really like see it. There's no confirmed pattern here. But this is one of many that we could see. I mean, like this little inverse head and shoulder potential. Adam and Eve, rounded bottom. What else? 1, 2, 3. This has like every sign of a reversal. Every sign of a reversal pattern. But this is also, this is on the 5-minute. And so, you know, even if that happens, it plays out perfectly. It's like you could have just like this happen. It's like, let's say that plays out and it's just 64. That wouldn't be bad. Just not really significant.
Would love to get your view on $QNT2, brother.
$QN, yeah. Didn't I pull that up? I thought I did. That's what I was looking for a while ago. Let me scroll back down in the chat. I've been a bad host. Crypto face boy. What's up, dude? Alazar Zena. What do I think about Shiba? I think Shiba is interesting today. Looking to close above the all-time high. We're gonna look at QNT, don't worry. Struggling. I mean, isn't this just like what Bitcoin did too? It's like pretty mirror-esque. Feel free to go back. DVR is enabled. You can go back to the beginning of the episode, see the full Shiba breakdown. But it's like, this is just what Bitcoin did. It's like new all-time high, back under the all-time high. 3 hours and a half to go. I'd like to see it close above 4,000. That would be a more favorable close for me. We speculated likely just going to dick around here until the close. That's kind of my speculation. Close of this week, it'd probably be really, really close. I bet within the last minute, we see it move above and below that 4,000 mark of this week. It'd be pretty cool if it followed this fractal. I can close that poll up. If SHIB repeats the exact same thing it just did, this is what it would look like. Let's close the poll. 65% out of 500 votes. We got 500 votes, but we only got 200 likes. Disappointing. Disappointing. Unforgivable. 220 likes. That's a little better. Still unforgivable. I mean, guys, it's hard to be bearish. Like, I'm not a fan of Shiba myself. It doesn't fit what I like about crypto. Everyone's free to decide that for themselves. But it's hard to be bearish on anything in crypto when it breaks its all-time high, especially with elapsed time. Like, if you break your all-time high immediately, like you set an all-time high and then an hour later you break it again, it's not quite the same as all-time high, 6 months break of all-time high. It's hard to be bearish on anything in crypto that does that, at least in the short term. At least in the short term. I would recommend, if you're a SHIB fan, probably that's why our viewership's low. Probably people tuned in, didn't see SHIB left. Go back to the beginning of the episode, see the whole breakdown. The whole analysis, complete with upside targets. Dang, yo, I mean, you're right. Whoever said Or said, look at BTC breaking out. They weren't right at that second, but they called it in the future. We're going to look at QNT. QNT, right? DNS? DS, right? QNT. Will do right now. Oh, welcome. Crypto I8 has subscribed. I wonder, you might have been the 40,000th. Let me refresh the subscriber count. 40,002. So we've had more than one person be our 40,000 subscriber, and I think that's just rad. Just rad. Let me hit all those buttons before it stops working. Where's my QNT? There we go. QNT is pretty much where we left it. Pretty much where we left it. We were looking for support here, 293. It looks like we have gone ever slightly lower since then. A few cents off of the low back in September. Consolidating. What I don't love about it is this potential. Potential that we have a flat bottom. We could make the argument we have a flat top here and our lows coming up. Sure. Very just undecided. Very consolidating. At least we've pinpointed that value. 293 seems to be the important value there. I'm surprised. Surprised it did not test 354. Didn't go anywhere though. It didn't go anywhere. Let's look at the weekly. Ladies and weekly support. There we are. Right here. That's the threat of that flat bottom. Much more real looking on the weekly. Closing right here, we'll be fine. Preferably a few pennies up. But this would be a fine close as long as next week you get a bullish engulfing. Yes, you could continue on with smaller and smaller and smaller candles, but eventually that's going to break. Don't love that our highs are coming down. Our lows were ascending, then they broke, now they're ascending again. Not the biggest fan of that. I don't like the potential. It hasn't really threatened us yet, though. We haven't seen any break. We haven't seen much movement of significance. Really just consolidating. Even after a bearish cross on the daily, still just consolidating. The 100 popped out, started this month, trending up towards price, 134. Doesn't really seem like an important level. 12 hour. All right, 12 hour was in sell mode. It's looking to roll over to buy mode, it says. And daily, not exactly following suit. All right, we saw it on the 6 hour. We saw exactly that. You're in sell mode. You rolled over. Now we're seeing the first inkling of that buy mode. It's not shown in price yet. But for the 6 hour to show it and the 12 hour to be suggesting it, that bodes well. Bodes well that this will look to roll over. Which will, with pretty good certainty, bring us to the 350 we were looking for. Really not much has changed on this chart. Just seeing consolidation. This is a tricky one because we have potential for flat top or flat bottom. I don't love that the weekly is showing us the flat bottom. Don't love that. Don't love it. Don't love it. Cross down. You have some good potential here, though. It wouldn't take much. You can see these, we're finding resistance lower and lower with our candle closes on the daily. We can see that. And the wicks on top of each. This is very pretty, actually. It's very uniform. But we can see on Ichimoku Cloud is Ichimoku Cloud's kind of undecided on this. It gave us a sign of the winds changing. The trend changing. Let's see how, where was price when it gave us that? Right about when we last looked at it. Right about here. But we didn't see any lower low. And now it may be crossing again. Winds may be changing again. And without a lower low in price, I think that does bode well. what really tickles my fancy is directly above us on the daily. We have the TK and KJ. If tomorrow into the new week, you see movement, you see it move to the upside, you can get across above the clouds, just squeaking that out on the daily. It's still possible. That would be a nice bullish sign. That would very much suggest 350. I would even say it suggests the 428. I think, here's what I can say about DAG. I don't want to like weigh in too hard, not DAG, QNT. I don't want to weigh in too hard on it because the chart's very undecided in many ways. But the weekly is showing, and that's in what? 3 hours. I bet in 3.5 hours, this sees some volatility. I want to lean to the upside with the rest of the market. It's not guaranteed, but check out that weekly close today. I bet very quickly after that close, it gets very spicy here for QNT. Very spicy, very quick. Voff, what's up, Kent Court? We looked at your favorite coin today. We looked at Ripple against Ethereum. Daniel Smith, you and G-Man have the same idea. Who's the G-Man? I'm not familiar with him. I wish you got there sooner. Shibba dibba ding dong. What's up, Andreas K? Andreas K. Steve, what's best Cardano game right now, guys? All right, well, by just the people asking today, I clearly need to edit this video. Need to edit this stash video. I promised you guys we'd bring in an expert on NFTs, and I think Stash is, in my mind, he is. I can't name anybody better. Yeah, we could do a spam off. I think we do a spam off. Because Reddy reminded me. What's up, Christina Legary? We got a Crypto Diva joining us. It's always good to see. Always good. We got to adopt these ladies into crypto, guys. They're half of the world. We need them for adoption. It's half the people. A little more than half. All right, we're putting 1 minute on the clock. If the clock will show up. All right. This is like the worst app ever designed. This clock app, timer app. I don't know who designed it, but they suck. It's so janky. Stop, start, pause. Did that work? There we go. 1 minute on the clock. Spam your coins. Spam it. What coin do you want to see? We're going to take the winners, put them up for a vote, and we're going to check them out. No tip required. So spam it up. You've got some time. Yeah, Andy, that's right. Crypto I8. Dude, you probably were the 40,000. 40,000. I can't talk today. Congrats. Thank you, Miguel from Portugal. Spam it, jam it, throw it, send it. SHIB's not dropping anymore, says Proper Divvy. I might not disagree. Are we getting spams? My chat's frozen. SHIB, Kuma, Robinhood listing. I'm not crazy about the Robinhood listings. Goliath Online. That's right, Gareth. Goliath. It's my favorite thing to say. Are we? I don't know. Are we not spamming? We're spamming. There we go. There's like a bajillion second delay on this video for some reason. So let's see what we got. I'm just going to read them off down the list. SHIB. We looked at SHIB, but SHIB. UGLD. Algo. Moon Lambo. Quantum Luna. Bitcoin. SHIB Very Soul. FTM. FTM we haven't looked at in a while. Dylan, what's up? Marvin Soul. V-Chain. Matthew. Randy wants the EGLD. All right. I'm sure that's a minute. Time's over. Chill your spamming. Let's count our votes up. We do this very similar to around the blockchain. It's not like a literal count. Whatever I see the most and we haven't looked at, we'll put it to the vote. FTM, I think we'll do that. We'll put that in the runners. EGLD, I feel like we look at a lot. Comp. IOTA. Shibby. Not a lot of contenders here. That makes it easier. Finalists. Goliath. Online. I almost wrote finalists. Or I almost wrote Goliath Online.
Can you look at Shiba Lite at SHIBLite.com?
I didn't even know they exist. So let's go, 1 second, we're gonna do our finalists. So I think we saw some names we haven't in a while. We'll put FTM up here in the running. We've already looked at a lot of these, so they wouldn't make sense to vote for them. We love ladies in crypto. That's right, now free. We do. Link Algo. I haven't seen Algo in a while. Thank you, Legan Hunt. Appreciate you. My chat is so goofy. It just keeps freezing and unfreezing. That we looked at recently. EGLD we looked at recently. RVN. There we go. There's an interesting one. I think it's making moves too. Sol. All right. Well, look at Sol. Put Sol on there. SHIB is majority. We've looked at SHIB. Ethereum. Ethereum will win if we put it on there. I like these votes to be interesting. LTC wins, in my opinion, all the time. Edgar, can I shout out your dog, Mr. Noodles? It's his birthday. Bro, I would love to shout out Mr. Noodles. Happy birthday. Yeah, I'll throw KSM. There wasn't a lot of spam participation, guys. I'm a little let down. But here's the finalists. FTM, RVN, Sol, KSM. Voted up, but like a few minutes. Take the poll. We'll look at the winners. Jeremy the Ragsdale. Jeremy, are you performing? You performing tonight, or you take Sundays off, buddy? The Playlist with Jeremy Ragsdale. Great dude. Great artist. I think he's famous. I think he was on some famous show. But does live streaming music requests. It's kind of it's a speakeasy. It's like a speakeasy for crypto enthusiasts. Highly recommend you check them out. Feel free to shill yourself. You know the deal, Jeremiah. When are you performing next? So it looks like Sol's winning the vote. Ladies in crypto. That's right, Jess. Looking at you. Just bought long as a little bit ago. Want to stick your profit. Sick of waiting, right? Gavin, holy crap. Wait, what did he do? Yeah, he just Control-C, Control-V. Little did he know that that's the secret to the voting. But BTC can't ever win because it always wins. Ravenclaw, SHIB Lite. Let's see if CoinGecko acknowledges. Nobody saw that. I can't tell if this is a thing. I can't confirm if this is even a thing. There's a SHIB Cash, a SHIB Rocket, a SHIB American, a SHIB Pup, a SHIB X. Does not show up on Google. I'm certainly not going to go to a website. Binance. SHIB Lite Reddit. We can go to Reddit. Yeah, is it on CoinMarketCap even? I definitely will not be able to pull up a chart for it. Let's see if CMC has it. There's no such thing, my friend. There's one. Is this you? Is this you, Ravenclaw? Is that you? Did you make this subreddit? Because you're the only one there. But I can't look at it. It doesn't exist. Coming back on the track. Alright, looks like Sol is pretty much guaranteed to win this vote. It's got 51% of the votes. There's only 75 votes. 300 people watching. 273 watching. You guys could still turn the tides. There's enough votes. There's enough potential votes out there. Smash your vote button. Please no URLs, my friend. Too many scams. Too many scams. Never, guys, just never go to a random URL, all right? Never go to a random URL. Put anywhere in crypto. Period. Don't click links. Don't download random programs. Don't go to random URLs. Here's me shilling without shilling. Not tonight. Tuesdays and Fridays, join the Ragsdale. It's been a while since I've joined. I'll have to go. It got so busy in the last few months. Got so busy. Where is Bitcoin? It's been up, man. It's been up. It's bent up. What's up, Billy Crypto? How you doing, dude? Beat Connect. That's right. Beat Connect. What will be the next Bit Connect? That's our next vote. We got 10 more votes. Sol got half of them. Not an entertaining vote, but that's okay. The guys that turn the tide don't know what they're asking. All options are bad. Well, it is what it is. Put SHIB and you'll get all the votes. But Sarah and B, we dedicated the beginning of this to SHIB. If you go back on the live stream, DVR is enabled. Just go back. You can watch all in depth. Sol is an educated request. Oh, it lost 2%. Maybe Sol won't win. Controversial. Like it. Controversial. Should be in a screamo band. Controversial. Alright, juice go. I thought I had it while I was. Oh well. Sol's about to break out. Sol wins anyway. I know I'm blurry. I don't know, man. There's something's goofy. It's bugging me too. That's not good. It's like a little better, maybe. Just a little better. I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright. Sol is done. Is it too late for Sol? I mean, it wasn't like a Sol. It is. Guys aren't bringing the hype. 270 likes. Not bringing the hype. Ooh, hello. Hello, Sol. Hello. Hello. Alright. I see why you guys wanted to look at Sol. Right on. Right on, right on. Sol looking pretty tasty, actually. Right on. We're gonna have to look at the weekly. Good eye. See, this is why we do the spam off, because there's nothing better than spamming. Sol with 3 hours left, looking to close its highest weekly candle. Currently at 193. Let's see, this week. Did we have a little double toppage? Double toppage on the weeks? 215. Did we actually make it to 215 this week? Very close. Very, very close. Close enough to call it the same. Excellent. Looking for a strong close here on Sol on the weekly. The odds or probability of it closing above 175 today in the next 3 hours, pretty good. Pretty favorable. Pretty favorable. The weekly actually looks primed as well. Isn't that interesting? That's very interesting. Market Cypher is digging Sol right now on the weekly. It's digging it. Trends are up on the week, huh? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Same with the day. Spiceopotamus, man. Daily has some bullish kissing going on. You got a cross. It's kind of above the clouds, kind of not. It's like in the cloud, I'd say. That's nice and bullish. So where are we going to look next? Of course, it lands us pretty much where we were looking. 350-ish zone. This has been our first kind of cycle top target. We had that all the way back in May. All the way back in May. Our measured moves from our local price action here on a break of the all-time high and the break of 215, which I can see my alert did not go off for. R1618 at 317, or 2 at 400. Could easily see something like this. This is where I'd be looking. We actually had that long ago. 350. Our Hopium moon maths on Sol. We had been looking for 350 or 500 as a cycle top. Can it go higher? Sure. But those are still good targets. Good targets if we do hit them. Look to lock in some of that profit. Doesn't mean you have to bail on your whole allocation. But to lock in a little bit, take some off the table, take a little bit of the principal back out, makes sense. I dig it, man. I think we'd be lucky to get a back test of 175. This would be luck. That would be very lucky. Something like... There we go. That may be the future of Sol. We've nailed Sol pretty hard. Giggity, giggity. We've nailed it pretty hard this year. With many of our targets getting hit that did not seem reasonable at the time. We started looking at it back here at $5. Man, see it up there is pretty wild. Pretty wild. Retesting all-time highs. Looking to close the highest weekly close. Yeah, I think things are looking decent, man. Things are looking decent. Honestly, I would prefer it to move up a little bit higher in the next 7 days. That could be possible. I would prefer not to see a close with that 215 test on the month. Because it translates out to the quarter as well. Not what I'd love to see, but it's not the end of the world if it does. We got so many squiggly lines now coming out of Sol. We'll keep with the originals. There we go. This chart looks beast, man. I'll take that. 5 to 1. Actually, I'll make that a little sketchier. There we go. Let's get a little more greedy with this. Make it a 3. There we go. Not financial advice. In my opinion, this is how I may look to play this coin. Let's see if we get it. Let's see if we catch another one. That'd be a nice 100%er. A little triple digit. Definitely gonna have to see its BTC pair make some moves for that. Maybe we have. BTC pair looking pretty healthy. No bear. Oh, do you? Slightly weak. I would call it a weak bearish divergence on those highs. For the BTC pair. Closing bullish engulfed on the weekly pretty much no matter what you do here. The next 3 hours. Yeah, baby. And a nice spooky candle on the monthly. Would not surprise me to see Sol BTC close green in October. Would not surprise me. Bitcoin making its slow march up. I may have criticized you for saying it was too early. I wasn't really criticizing. But let's see. Where are we looking here? There's our low. Nope. Here's our low. And so we haven't retraced. We haven't started retracement yet. Something about that doesn't look right to me. Maybe. let's see. You win some, you lose some. This is our typical TA. This is what we would do. I want to see a little bit higher here. And when I say a little bit, I mean like 61.3, 61.275. It's a little bit higher before I'm actually convinced we're in a reversal. We were talking about this earlier. Bitcoin right now, I mean, you call it whatever you want. You have all kinds of patterns forming here. Say descending something or another. Like a descending channel here. You can say Adam and Eve. You could say it's an inverse head and shoulders. It's like every characteristic of a reversal. You just don't have it in price yet. Maybe we'll use our fib tool real zoomed in, which you don't usually do. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. Right there. 64 on the dot. Oh, this will be our end stream for the day. After the live show. After the show. Actually, you know what I can do? I can do it before it even ends. We'll do it before it ends. On the Discord, link pinned to the top of the chat. Lots of helpful links in the video description below. It in the Discord. 24/7 live stream. And after each stream, I put the targets from that day's stream, like this chart. So I'm going to copy it. There we go. And I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to put it up in there for you. That way you know I'm serial. There we go. There we go. Bam. That'll be live on the Discord whenever you join. Share that screen. Boom. There you go. That way you can follow along after the stream. Keep me honest, make fun of me if I'm wrong, call me out, etc. 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 SHIB not as close as I was kind of expecting. Not as close to that 4,000 mark. With 3 hours, right? 3 hours. It's going to be daylight savings here soon. Yep, 3 hours to go. I think we have daylight savings next month. And so what's going to get really confusing is right now in the US, the daily closes at 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. West. And that's all going to change. It's going to move back an hour. So then the days will close at 7. Every year it gets me twice. Every time we have daylight savings, it gets me. Something to be aware of. There's going to be high probability of some trickery on that daylight savings day. I think that in-stream trade's actually pretty good right here for Bitcoin. Still want to see a little higher, but here's what I like about it. Here's what caught my eye. Is using our fib tool from our high to our low. We typically look for a 0.5 retrace or a golden pocket. Try it at home. It works. What I really liked about it, what really caught my eye, what made me say, okay, this will be it, is when we took our local high and our local low, did the same thing. That gave us at our 2, that's our measured move, we call it the measured move. Our 2 is right there at the 618. They're literally the same value. That doesn't happen as often as you'd assume. When it does, plays out the way you'd expect with a little bit more probability. It's a good confidence. With the shape, the structure here down in this mucky area, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's as good as they get. I dig it. What do you guys think? Maybe we'll put up one more poll. Is this right or wrong? I didn't end the Sol poll, but Sol had won anyway. Won't even let me do a poll. It said I'm out of polls, so you did too many polls. Argent, fair enough, man. It's Discord, less of a mess than Telegram. Telegram is like, I don't know why people use it, to be honest. Like, I have it, but every scam I've ever seen has operated out of Telegram. Longest trading days in October. True that. I was gonna say, you uninstalled it though. Discord, you don't have to have installed. Fun fact. You can browse. You just use it in the browser. You don't even have to download anything. In fact, I would say don't. Just use the browser. It's easier. What's up, Luna111? Another Luna? Do we have 2 Lunas? I've never heard of Dexio protocol. No. Crypto miner, every dollar FTM goes up. People are saying they missed it. Isn't that just the story of crypto? You know what? FTM didn't get that many votes. But it's been a while. Let's take a peek at it. Let's see where it's at. Why are more people not talking about this coin right now? I don't love this here with these like 3 higher high wicks. But dude, it just hit an all-time high today. Oh, this is on Qcoin. No, I think that's still the all-time high though. Why are people not talking about this? I don't love this here. But wow. No one says a peep. There's no peeps. Well, it's just chilling at a BTC pair all-time high. Okay. RSI is good locally. Needs a little more push to the upside to fix the rest of the chart there. Money flow is tempting. That's a strong close. Just bouncing off the 20. As long as that 20 holds, FTM is outpacing BTC for sure. That might be a juicy entry. You see a little kissing there with the 20 and 50 even. Where's my FTM dollars? It's at an all-time high in dollars. Why is nobody buzzing? I've heard no buzz. Zero buzz. In dollar pair, this thing's looking beastly. Wow. Where are we looking in dollars? We're already at the 1618. Holy moly. After back... Dude, no one... I wish somebody would have tipped for this chart a while ago. After back testing the all-time high, you've already moved to your 1618. Where's the next target? $6. Does look like you're about to run into some profit taking. About $3. Typically we do see that. If this thing is truly bullish though, it's going to do something like that. Break through that 3, go to 6, pull back. Maybe pull back to 5. Psychological. Or no. 6, 3 to 5. 6 through 5. We've seen that happen a lot lately. Money flows up. Dude, this chart's beastly. I can't believe I haven't been hearing buzz about this with the way this chart looks. Got almost a perfect overlap up here. You got a perfect overlap here. $3. That is the only issue I have right here. Is you're about to hit what would have been our first target. So jump in here is looking very sketch. Might return to the 50. That might not be a bad entry. There we go, baby. There we go. If only that fills. It's right at our 0.5. This chart's gorgeous. I dig it. We need alerts. Well, it's, you know, just trending at all-time highs against Bitcoin and in dollars. No big deal. Maybe. Something like that. If you find support at 3, so 2 paths, if this breaks up to 4, then I'd be looking for 3. To ride that to 6 for a nice 2x. If you see resistance here, then we're likely moving this path. That's what I'd like to see. I want that deep entry. I want to be buying it up here. Way higher risk on that play. Nice chart though. FTM people, you gotta spam harder. Lucky I caught it. Luckily. FTX looks strong, man. LS, can I like check it on ETH? Yeah. I'm actually surprised I haven't yet. Just ETHing. Just doing ETH things. Ethereum has been so very well behaved, so predictable. Ooh, I didn't know that. On the 21st, we got a retest of the all-time high. Exactly. Oh, wait, yes, I did. I tweeted it because we called it, and it happened. I tweeted it. I did know that. Where's that tweet? Inflection point for Ethereum here. I mean, it's retested its all-time high. The odds of it breaking, going higher, very good. Extremely good. There it is. There's the tweet. Oh, that was even before it happened. Nice. Proofed. Follow me on Twitter if you're not following me on Twitter. We've been growing faster on Twitter than on YouTube, which is wild to me because I put in infinite amounts of work here on YouTube, put in very low effort on Twitter. Yet somehow, I think we're growing faster on Twitter than YouTube. Twitter is bigger than YouTube though, so that's fair. I got a local daily resistance. If you look back, we actually sourced that from what, May's all-time high? Candle close, consolidating right underneath there. You've already tested the all-time high. You haven't seen your lows break. You've seen our previous 3,928 level, tested as support and held on the daily. Ethereum's looking good. Looking good. Market cipher looks beast on the week. Looking to close its highest weekly candle ever here today in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Looking likely. Looking very likely. Dang. Dang, son. Where'd you find this? Ethereum. Ethereum did give us the cross above the clouds we were waiting for on Bitcoin early. Should have used that as a signal. But you broke through. At very worst, Ethereum is this. It's just a flat top. Flat top with ascending lows. At very worst. And that's not even worst. It's actually good. See what I did there? Ethereum targets, man. They're pretty easy peasy. I imagine everybody has the same ones. I don't know what they're thinking if they have different targets. I don't understand where some of these numbers come from. 7,800 to 8,300. It's going to be where we're looking first. That may start with this close this week. We do have higher numbers. They get more crazy. They get crazier as we go up. 11,200. And we've been saying this because we've had this number. We've had this number literally since 2019. This 8,000-ish number. Take the high, 2018. Low, 2018. Use your fib tool. Have your chart on log. Make sure your fib tool is on log. Boom. You get 8,300. I don't know why anyone would be saying any other number. Really? That's the 1618. That's the equivalent of Bitcoin's 63-ish area. The 2 measured move is 25K. 25K is possible. It's possible. One step at a time. But it's possible. If Bitcoin's trading 6 figures, 25K Ethereum, not impossible. 11,000. this is probably the juicier target to me. This is a good balance between probability and percent gain. That's like a 2x from here. It's not insane for a large cap. Not insane. Ethereum's previous all-time high was about 1,400. Its next peak, I think we can all agree, that was about 4K. That's a little bit more than the 2x. So, there we go. 8,300. But I would, if that's where I was looking to jump out, I'd start at 7,800. I would layer it. You see a lot of confluence there. The 1618 of both of these moves pointing at the same number. I mean, sometimes trading is kind of that easy. If you didn't have Ethereum and now you're thinking about buying Ethereum, man, good luck to you in trading. But where were you? Where were you, man? We have been calling Ethereum moves like left and right here. Just all freaking cycle, all season. Over and over. It's so well behaved. It feels like a trap. It's so well behaved. It just keeps doing what it should do. What the chart says it should do. Just keeps doing it. Even here, it barely missed, but even at that 3,900, looking for 36.21, it came to what, 36.42. 0.1%. Right up to the all-time high test. As we were looking, back to support. It's so clean. Why is it so clean? It kind of spooks me out, to be honest. If Bitcoin was this clean, I would be very scared. Bitcoin never that clean. Here we go. Yeah, that's how clean Bitcoin is. It's like going up and then look at this 5-minute candle. We don't get clean. We get spooky. Ethereum, for some reason, way less spooky. This is rare. We're gaining viewers the longer we've been on. That is the opposite of what we've been seeing lately. Wonder what's up. Are people feeling the spice here on this 5-minute candle? That's probably it. When did it move? 613 to 608. Not even 1%. How you doing, Sylv? Sylvie. What was the number? I can't remember. It's my favorite Sylv story. What was the number? We have 307 likes, only 113 to go. That's it. Let's hit 420, baby. It's my favorite Sylv story. This was back in the days of bear coins. We were looking at the chart, and what was it, on Euro or something? I think it was Euro. Forget what number, because I don't even know where Euro traded. Okay, fair enough. What did I tell you? It's like 25 or something. I don't know. It was like some number, and I was like, yeah, Bitcoin's probably going to go there. And at that time, it was just like the craziest thing to suggest. I don't know why I remember that still. I don't think I'll ever forget it. It's that one day we were doing like hopium in the bear market. I don't think it was 51. Might have been 51. You probably don't remember. This was years ago. It's like 2+ years ago. You look at, for anyone who doubts fibs, if you doubt the fib tool, you should not attempt trading. Like, period. It's so good. It's so good. Where does the fib tool say next? 100k euros. Easy. We can see it definitely. We can see some lows in between then and now. But 100k euros, not a crazy target. 102k euros. That's interesting. So it'd be 102k euros, and then what would it be on dollars? It's like 125. Something like that. $125. $125,000 Bitcoin, 100,000 euro Bitcoin. They both sound good. They're both good, right? Ew, look at this old MACD I used to use. Ew. Get rid of that crap. What's also interesting, a little learning lesson, everybody out there. We like to look at Bitcoin in different pairs. So Bitcoin Ethereum, or Bitcoin Euro actually broke the all-time high before Bitcoin dollar. There are hints everywhere in this space. You just have to know where to look. Total broke all-time high before either of them. Suggested that Bitcoin was looking to do the same than it did. Total closing a green candle here, it looks, on the week. Bitcoin's doing its spooky thing that it always does. It's like, oh, spooky red candle, right? Oh no, spooky red candle. But Total saying, you're drunk, Bitcoin, go home. It's not a spooky candle. We're still going. We have a higher high, a higher low, and we're closing green. Look to Total. Total, much cleaner, much more similar to Ethereum in its cleanness. Bitcoin is the least clean chart ever. Total, clean. Bitcoin, not clean. It's wild. I'm curious what this looks like on Ha. If you're really emotional, just use the Ha candles. They're much calmer. Much cleaner, much more calm. You wouldn't even know this was a red candle if you're using Ha candles on the 15. I don't know how people really trade with these though. Like I get scalping, but it's like, how do you pick out a defined point? It's like everything's a wick. Ooh, 30-minute. So the hourly was looking good earlier. It still does. 30-minute now, looking kind of spicy too. View opposite a higher high. 15-minute might be looking to roll over. I think our in-stream target is high confidence. This chart will be up. Already is up in the Discord for after the stream, by the way. Yeah, I don't know if people trade them. They do though. I know. I think they're useful. I don't like the, you don't get like a clean value. You get like stair step candles. It's not my jam. Not my jam. Oh man. Oh man. What do we got? We got an hour and 40 minutes till the weekly close. We're probably not going to be able to keep... Probably not going to stay live that whole time. Another hour and 45. I think we already have done like 2 hours. Typically after 2 hours, we just stop being searchable altogether. That's usually a good time to bow out. Today we're weirdly gaining viewers as we progress in time, which is unusual. I don't know what's happening. Doing good on search. What the heck? We're ranked 46th for Bitcoin price? That's weird. Number 1 for Bitcoin Analysis Today. Oh, not anymore. Huh, that's weird. Seems like, honestly, it seems like YouTube shifted something around in the algos today. The keywords we usually hit for, we're not hitting for, and now we're hitting for like different ones, which it's not bad. Not a bad thing. It's just noticeably different. Noticeably. We're not gonna make it to 420 likes. We're at 333 or 300 watching. Prove me wrong. More likes than viewers, that's right. We just need 420 though. If we don't get 420, like what's the point of anything? What's up, Crypto Gennaro? Ace, never heard of it. Isn't a good correction good for further upside? I mean, if it's good, it's good, right? Yeah. Do I have stats about the nationality of viewers? That I do, Sylv. Not about any viewers specifically, but about the nationality, yes. And we are majority US. Like majority US, because US, UK. It's US, UK. That's always 1 and 2. It's 3. 3 bounces around. 3 changes. Canada. It's like Canada and the Netherlands usually are fighting for 3rd. And then new this year, India. India joined the ranks. India has been a contender for the top 5 this year, only this year. Pretty interesting. Let's see. Looks like the UK, you're not quite as big of a number, but you watch longer than US. Canada actually being the champs here with like the longest average view duration. Canada, tip of the hat to you. Canadians on average watch 14 minutes, 40 seconds. The longest average view duration of any nationality here. Pretty dope. Americans though, 12 minutes, 15 seconds. That's pretty darn good too. Pretty good. 350 likes. We're getting close. You're trying to prove me wrong, but your attempts are futile. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna do it. You ain't got it in you. I gotta take a pee. 350 likes. I come back to 420.